Good stuff. Good morning. Hey, Jesus is Lord. The word works. 3 o'clock in the morning, healed, delivered. But if you're sitting there anytime today and you need a miracle from God, Mark chapter 5, beginning in about verse 22, shows you how. You hear the word, you make a decision to go to the word, you act on the word, and you say something. For she was continually saying. Jairus' daughter was at the point of death. There's a multitude of people. That's bukus of people, a whole bunch of people. Jesus went with the one that said something. We're going to come back to that. He honors what you say, and he honors the last thing that you say. So shut up and only say what you believe. Don't go around saying, well, I feel so bad, or I'm so broke. Like yesterday, I was with a friend of mine yesterday. I mean, he wanted me to take him to town. He's having a little issue, so I drive for him from time to time. I didn't have any money in my pocket. I mean, I just happened to be at that time. I didn't go down there and get out of the car going, oh, David, I'm so broke. Oh, dear God, I'm broke. I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't have no money. I don't know what I didn't say that. He said, how you doing? I said, I'm blessed. Went on in, sat down with him, watched a little bit of television, watched Kenneth Copeland together, went to the eye doctor, took him to the eye doctor to get his new glasses. We stopped on the way back. He went into the bank, didn't bring me out no money. He did bring me a little green sucker, which was more than I had when I got there. Man, I ate that sucker. He said, hey, I need to stop by Publix, but let's go down here and get a bite to eat. And we went into a buffet. He said, it's a buffet. He said, you get all you want and I'm going to pay for it. I said, glory be to God. I didn't tell him. I just going to go about doing my way. Don't go around telling people how bad you feel and how sick you are. Say something. Jesus has healed me with his stripes. He sent his word and healed me, and therefore I'm healed, and I'm going to confess what the word says and not what my body's telling me and all that other stuff. Well, watch this now. So Jesus has gotten the woman healed that said, if I touch your garment, I'll be made whole. Jesus got her healed, and she's sitting there telling him all the truth, standing there telling him all the truth. And there's one comes from the synagogue's house and says, hey, it's too late. Hey, listen, it's never too late. He says, too late, your little daughter's already dead. Don't trouble the master any further. Watch what Jesus does. As soon as Jesus heard that word, your little daughter's dead, don't bother the master any further. As soon as he heard that, he turned to the ruler of the synagogue and said, now watch, I'm going to do this. He's talking to the woman. Somebody runs up to the ruler of the synagogue, standing over here, says, oh, hey, don't bother the master. Your little daughter's already dead. It's a waste of time. Jesus turns and says, oh, wait. Don't let fear come in now. Now, I'm adding to that. He said, be not afraid, only believe. I want to put it this way. Don't let fear come in now. Keep on believing what you said. Because what you said is what you're going to have, and what you believe is what you're going to have, not what somebody else says. Somebody says, well, I heard somebody tried that stuff and they died. Hey, well, that was their problem. I'm not going to base what I believe on what somebody else thought they believed and maybe they didn't live. I don't know there. I wasn't there. I don't know what their problem was. But here's the key. Jesus never let Jairus say anything other than the last thing that he said was, which is, if you'll come with me and lay hands on my daughter, she shall live, and she shall be healed, and she shall live. That's the end of the story. Now, so Jesus goes on. Let me go down here. And when he was come in, they're having a funeral party. That's what it says here in verse 37. He went down there. Now watch this, verse 37. He didn't let anybody go in with him except Peter, James, and John, and the mother and the father of the little girl. You don't need 1,000 people praying for you. You only need somebody to agree with you, if any two of you agree as touching anything. Me and God's the majority, and my wife and I can change everything and anything, and I don't have to call everybody to get them to pray. I probably shouldn't tell this, but I'm going to. I got in trouble up in Canada one time, didn't know the laws in Canada, and I broke one of their laws. Well, somebody said, what'd you do? I crossed the border there with a weapon in my car. That's against the law in Canada. I didn't know it was in the car, first of all, and number two, I didn't really think about it. I'm a Southern boy. We go everywhere with weapons. When I was in high school, we used to carry our shotguns in the back of the pickup truck and leave them there during school. I mean, that wasn't no problem, but I was raised that way. Well, I got arrested for it, put in jail, and they said, you're going to get 6 years for that. Ain't no way out of it. Whew, man, that'll get your attention. Well, I picked up the phone and called my son. I said, Mark, You call, and I named 3 people in the church and Brother Copeland. I didn't call anybody else. Now, there's hundreds of people in the church. I didn't want all of them to know it, and I didn't want all of them praying for me. I wanted faith, and I knew I could trust those 3, plus him, plus Kenneth, that's 5. And, of course, Pat was there with me. She didn't get arrested, but she was there in Canada with me. That's all I wanted. Jesus, he chose 5, Peter, James, and John. I just saw that. Peter, James, and John, and the mother and the father. That's all you got to have. You don't want everybody praying because they're going to pray, Lord, just, keep him there and teach him something, or God, do whatever you got to do to him, make it hard on him. Or no, I don't need that. So he didn't suffer anybody to go with him except Peter, James, and John. And then when he got there, they're having a funeral party. They're weeping and wailing and and oh my God, what are we going to do? They're having a party. And Jesus, watch, he put them all out. When you're around religious people that don't believe squat and you're believing God, send them away. Put them out because you don't need their unbelief anyway. Are you listening to me? And he said, why make you this to do? The damsel is not dead. She's just sleeping. Jesus never changed the confession of Jairus. Jairus said, let me go back and read it. Jairus said, if you will come and lay your hands on my daughter, she shall be healed and she shall live. Jesus never changed that, and she lived, and we'll finish that story tomorrow because you're going to have to believe God. The circumstances has nothing to do with it. You're going to have pit bull faith and not be moved by the negative circumstances. So until I'm with you tomorrow, saints, remember, hey, Jesus is Lord. Thank God the word works.